All right, hello, welcome back to Gay by Gay. It's time for another introduction. We're going to talk about the other gay one.
Gay number 2, me, Charli.
It's not me, that's for sure. You
Yeah.
can tell from my voice that I'm not very gay.
It's okay.
You already heard about my stupidity.
She's sitting with her legs crossed. Come on.
On a
I'm
chair.
sitting gay.
She's
Come on,
sitting
man.
gay. And I'm sitting like an ace because I have my legs crossed in a ladylike fashion. All right, so moving on, talking about Charli over here. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, so Charli is the baby of the group. She is the youngest one of us here.
Yes.
So, if you had to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself?
Contortion is my favorite thing in the world. I love contortion so much.
Bendy.
Bendy. And yeah, I'd say I'm a really fun person. I like to talk a lot. And I'm really gay.
Wow, yeah. Ooh,
I
yeah.
love being gay.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you do. Okay, so I guess if Aaliyah and I had to describe her, here we go. The first thing that comes to mind is always bendy. Like,
Yeah.
if you have ever met or seen Charli, she has no spine. She's like part of some sort of weird alien race, and it's actually kind of amazing to watch. It kind of creeps me out a little bit, but I love it so much that I just can't stop watching her.
Yeah, it's amazing. She bends and scary. Very
bends
scary.
Very. She
when
bends
she
and
came
scary.
in, when she came in for the first time, we asked her which planet she came from.
I don't even know.
That's
yeah.
actually a very true story. She walked into the class, and one of our other dancers at the time, Brooklyn, who we absolutely love and adore, Brooklyn had walked in, and Aaliyah had looked up and said, "Brooklyn, you got to check out this new kid." And so
New fresh meat.
the fresh meat. So Aaliyah looks over at Charli and says, "Do something." And Charli, at the time, was actually very shy. She had no idea what she was getting into with us. I'm so sorry. But, so Aaliyah had said to Charli, "Just do something." And Charli was like, "What do you want me to do?" And Aaliyah was just like, "Do anything." So I think Charli just did, like, a basic walkover.
Yeah.
And I remember Brooklyn's reaction to this day was absolutely hilarious. She stops, squats down a little bit, points at Charli and goes, "Who are you and where the hell did you come from?"
Yeah.
And I mean, to this day, we're still kind of asking that question. Who are you and where the hell did you come from? You're not human.
I mean, the way I came to Abby was I was outside of the dance place where we dance now, and her mom actually looked up at the right time and saw me doing, like, some tricks. And then her mom, like, started freaking out, I guess, and then was like, "We need this kid!" So,
Yep.
that's
true
why
story.
I'm here now.
True story. My mom just happened to look up at the right time, saw you being you, and now you're here with us.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. Yay!
Other than Charli's tendency to be a rubber pencil.
You are a rubber pencil.
Yeah, she is a rubber pencil.
I never even thought of it. Rubber band, yeah, but rubber pencil, like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would describe Charli as straightforward,
Oh, yeah.
goofy,
Yes.
silly.
That's like the same thing.
Definitely.
You and your English.
What? I know they're
Goofy,
the same
silly.
No
thing.
habla English.
No habla inglés. Pendejo.
Tall in comparison to me because I'm tiny.
She's like
Well, I mean, in comparison, we're talking Aaliyah's
a
like
legal short person.
a legal short person. She's under 5 feet tall. Charli and I are both around the same height.
5'7", 5'6".
Yeah, I'm about 5'6". Charli's like 5'7".
Yeah.
So tall compared to short.
Yeah. So I'm tall.
No, you're definitely one of the most straightforward people I've ever met. Like, you are
Really?
you are one of the bravest people. Charli
Yes.
has no problem, like, tagging borderline celebrities and things. She has no problem. There's this girl that Charli loves on our competition circuit where we compete. And this girl goes to another studio, and she absolutely adores her. Not in, like, a gay kind of way, but just in, like, you know, a role model kind of way.
Yeah. I love her so
But
much.
from her very first season, I remember Charli was like, "Oh my gosh, this girl is so amazing. I love her so much." And I remember telling her, "Oh my God, you sound just like Aaliyah," because Aaliyah has this girl that she watches all the time as well. But Aaliyah was never brave enough to really approach this other girl.
God, no.
Charli, on the other hand, literally just walks over to this other girl from another studio and just goes off and says, "Oh my gosh, I love you so much. I think you're so talented. I think you're so pretty." And this poor girl was like so flattered but flustered. She was just like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." But no, you message people on social media all the
Yeah.
time, like borderline
We're really all
celebrity,
friends,
like
so.
celebrity people. You know, there are quite a few famous dancers that have come out of our city, and you've messaged some of them on social media just being like, "Hey, I really like you." And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I can barely call my sister without getting phone anxiety, so yeah, you're straightforward and you're
Yeah.
brave as heck. You are so brave compared to me. I'm a coward.
Also, something I really admire about you is that when there's a problem, you deal with it.
Oh, you do.
It's the best. As someone who hates conflict, it's the best.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I feel like most people are the type of people to kind of want to stay away from issues and they try to ignore it or they try to run away from it. You're absolutely just one of those people where it's like, oh, this is bothering me. Let me go deal with it right now so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas most of it, like for me, I just sit there and I just stew in my anxiety and I'm like slowly dying on the inside. You're just like, no, let's deal with it. And yeah.
They're like telling me things about me that I didn't even know.
I feel like most people are kind of more unaware of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just thought I was like a nice bendy person.
You are a nice bendy person.
Yeah.
No, other than that, you're very smart. I know you joke around a lot, but you're also very smart. You and I have had talks about politics and everything. You know, when Aaliyah's sitting there, we talk about politics. Like, you can watch her eyes slowly glaze over a little bit. And, you know, Charli, on the other hand, she and I will have debates. We'll have full conversations about important topics and everything else. Most people your age do not do that. You're well-versed, you're intelligent, you're smart, but you're also funny with it.
Yeah. I make a lot of jokes.
You do make a lot of jokes. And, you know, some of my favorites are your Native American jokes.
Oh,
Charli
I
is
love
Native
my
American, so, you know, all's fair in love and war, I suppose. And when
Yes.
you're the same race, it's like, for me, I like making fun of white people. It's great. Then again, I think everybody likes making fun of white people, so I'm not really saying much with that. But, you know, as you do.
Make fun of a Native person, you'll get like... I'm not going to say it, but...
Do not say it. Do not say it. But no, I feel like you're a very kind, genuine person. I absolutely adore you. You and I have had conversations before because you're quite a deep person, same as Aaliyah, where, you know, a lot of people may not think that on the surface, but you're actually a very deep person. Charli and I have had full conversations about, you know, what would have happened if my mother hadn't looked up and seen you on the playground, you know, when you were just practicing by yourself. If she hadn't looked up, if she had looked up at a different time and hadn't seen you, you know, where would you have been? Where would I have been? Like, just all those sort of deep conversations that I feel like most people don't have. But, you know, we're the type to stay up talking until God knows what time.
Hours.
Abby has to like send us to bed sometimes, where she's like,
I do have to send you to bed sometimes, and I'm like,
okay,
please
guys,
go
I
to
think
sleep.
it's time to sleep.
I think it's time for you to go.
I just want to keep talking.
You are a very talkative person.
Yeah. I honestly think that if Tracy, her mom, didn't see me in the window, she probably wouldn't have kick-started an acro or anything.
No, absolutely not. Because my reputation as an acro teacher and my studio's reputation as an acro studio absolutely started with you. And, you know, I'll be honest, at the time, I had no idea what I was doing with you.
Oh my God.
You know, as much as you were nervous, because first season I ended up giving her a solo because
Oh my God, I was
she
totally,
needed one.
I was so, I was so happy.
I just remember sitting there thinking, you must have been so nervous, but the thing was, I was terrified because I had never done anything in acro before. I had never even looked at it. The most we probably had was like a cartwheel or something. I had no idea what I was getting into with you. And now you've kind of like set me off on like this entire empire. You know, we have full contortion classes now where, you know, we get students that want to practice literally not just acrobatics, but full on contortion.
Yeah.
So, you know, this absolutely has jump-started my career. It's jump-started your career because you want to work professionally for Cirque du Soleil one day. Hey, Cirque, if you're listening, there's a potential student actor, contortionist right here. She wants a job. Hire her. She's great. I like her a lot. Please hire her. But no, absolutely. You know, you've got a lot of ambition. You've got a lot of drive. You've got a really strong work ethic.
Yeah. I think that even despite being as bendy as you are, you still work for the things that you have, and you don't rely on the talent you already have. You work to improve all of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's things that, like, I want to get better at jumping and turning. That's, like, and it doesn't have anything to do with being bendy at all, because, like, you don't need to be bendy to jump. You don't need to be bendy to turn. So that's the thing I want to work on. So
I think it's controlling your bendiness in some cases, because her back is so flexible that sometimes it just bends on its own without her wanting it to.
Like, I'll be standing there, and I won't even notice that my back will be, like, completely arched into, like, a C, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's unintentional for you. So I think just controlling that bendiness is something, you know, most people want to get more flexible. You need to learn to control, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. You need to control your flexibility.
God damn it. Yeah, so I'm really flexible, and I love being flexible. When I first came to Abby, I was I was pretty like naturally flexible, but then I kind of just grew over time. I got more stronger and more flexible. I can do a lot of things now. I'm so happy that I can do a lot of things now.
That is very true. I love working with you and seeing all of the new variations that we can pull out for what you can do.
Yeah.
I just love getting experimental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're just willing to try anything. And that's another thing, when I say that you're you're a brave person, you're willing to just kind of take whatever I throw at you. If I tell you to do something weird, you're just going to try it. I feel like there are some people who are kind of nervous to try new things because they're worried about how other people are going to view them or whatever. You're not one of those people. You will try just about anything anyone throws at you within reason.
I mean, there's this time Abby was like, okay, so you're going to put your elbow here, you're going to put your arm here, and then your head has to go under here, and then your back needs to be like this bent. And I'm like, okay. And I'll try. And she'll be like, actually, you're pretty close.
Great. And that's exactly it. You're willing to try. You're not afraid to look a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Which is something that, as a dance instructor, I can appreciate because dance isn't always about looking pretty. Dance is art. And, in saying that, art is subjective. And so there are times that you're going to get pushed outside of your comfort zone. And you're always willing to go wherever I'm planning on taking you.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea is left up to the viewer. I am not going to comment on whether or not I have good or bad ideas.
Most of her ideas are really good, though. And then sometimes they're just physically impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. For me, I am not bendy whatsoever.
Yeah, which is super weird because since she's
it's so ironic.
She majors in contortion teaching and everything.
Yeah, it's so ironic that I have zero flexibility. But, there are things that pop into my head, and I just don't even know if they're physically possible. So I normally just throw them at you, even before I throw it at the other contortion girls, just because you've been doing it for so long with me. You're more likely to guess what I want because I'm not always the best at describing it.
Okay, so you're going to do this thing, and then you're going to do that, and then your legs are going to go out. And I'm like...
Sometimes it takes a little bit of experimenting for me to get my point across because I can't demonstrate anything.
Yeah, it's okay, though, because I appreciate you. And I like when you just sit there and watch me with your coffee cup. And I'm, bent in, a box. And I'm like, is this it?
How am I doing teaching? I'm just, slowly observing, yes, that's it, child.
Exactly.
But no, you're a genuine person. You're a fun person. You're an outgoing person. And we love you.
Thank you. I love you guys, too.
So that's Charli's introduction. Very interesting person. Can't wait to hear more from you on the podcast.
Yeah.
So in the next episode, I guess that leaves the one bi person at the table. I feel very singled out. So we're going to just wait for these two to roast me because I'm sure that's coming.
I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah, great. Looking forward to it. All right, so we will catch you in the next episode of Gay by Gay.
Keep it gay by gay, guys.
See you next time.